sexual assault. I never thought I'd be able to relate to so many people as I have been the past few years when I finally opened up about what had happened to me. When a child is victimized, they will remember it forever. Many children keep silent and it becomes one huge secret, and that's why I'm speaking today, so that every single person knows that it's okay to tell, it's okay to open up. The night I opened up about the abuse I was enduring, was the moment I knew I would be safe and okay. It was a huge weight lifted off my shoulders that I felt had been there forever. Many abusers threaten their victims, like mine did. He said, if you tell, no one will believe you, or you'll make a fool out of yourself, or I'll kill your family if you open up. Because of these threats, I kept silent for 4 years, and in that 4 years, I was being assaulted over and over again. I kept everything inside. No one knew about the conflict raging inside. People always describe me as bubbly and upbeat. To be raped is one of the most horrifying experiences. My abuser was my best friend's father. Not too many people know exactly what I had to go through. He portrayed himself as a different person when he was not around me. There were times he would put an ad up online and he would have people come and they would pay him for money for them to rape me. So in my eyes, he sold me. Many people ask me how many people have raped and or sexually assaulted me, and my response is, I honestly do not know. There were times that I was so afraid I would do anything he told me to do so that I wouldn't get hurt any more than I already was. Some of the events that took place were at places that me and my family went so that I'd be so traumatized I would never want to go back there. And he made sure that I felt that way. Most of the assaults took place during the night when I was trying to sleep. I awoke to him doing terrible things to me. He would try so hard to take away as many childhood memories as possible. He turned my favorite childhood games into the worst things. For example, one of my favorites was Goldfish. He changed it to every time I had to draw a card, he would do horrible things to me. And if I didn't listen to him, I would be beat. I was raped up to 40 times a week, and sometimes even more. It depended on when I was at that house. Many people ask why I didn't try to run away, and I have to sadly say because I was tied up, blindfolded, and if I tried to get away, I'd be hit with a bat, kicked in the knees, and thrown right back down, because there were many times I did try to get away. It wasn't just rape I endured, it was torture. I was brutally beat and abused by this man, along with so many others that would do horrible things that I can't even get into because they were just so terrible. After the rapes, my brain shut down. I felt numb, I felt like I was in a shell. All my feelings, the hurt, shame, pain, guilt, and sadness, were all locked away. I felt like I was seeing myself as an outsider. I watched myself smile, laugh, and have fun, but I did not feel any of it. When I looked in the mirror, I did not know the face that stared back at me. I refused to talk to anyone about it or tell anyone anything. I couldn't talk about the rape. If I talked about it, I would feel it, and it would be real. I wanted to pretend like it didn't happen, and if no one knew, it was easier to pretend. I couldn't run away from it because I couldn't escape myself. I started to have dreams, horrible, frightening nightmares, vivid replays of the trauma. I couldn't handle it. I felt like I would explode. I finally told an adult who I trusted with all my heart, my dance teacher. She was so nice and caring about it. She encouraged me to tell my parents, but I was too afraid. I was afraid of how they would react and how they would treat me. I was so ashamed by what had happened. I was afraid it was my fault, that I was guilty and would be blamed. There was so much bottled up inside. Once I opened up, it all started spilling out at once. I still have not been able to share my whole story, but I have strength that I'll be able to soon. So many people have helped me get here to where the point I am speaking today. This is my first speaking, and I hope to continue to speak as I grow older and help as many people as I can. Nobody should have to go through this, and if I start speaking, I can help spread the message that it is okay to talk about what is happening and that everything will be all right, because it will. My parents sometimes get frustrated because I have trouble communicating and being open with them, but we both try to understand each other. With telling and coming out with my story, one of my worst fears was hurting my mother. I did not want to disappoint her and hurt her. She is here with me today, and I just wanted to let her know that she is doing an amazing job helping me get through all of this. I honestly don't know how she is handling all this, but she stays strong for me and has faith in me that I will be able to overcome what has happened to me, and I can never thank her enough for all that she has done to me. Driving me a half an hour to counseling once a week, giving me a shoulder to cry on when I'm feeling down. Thank you, Mom, and I love you with all my heart. Looking ahead still has me scared. but I lift up my head and look down the long road. I know there is a bright future ahead of me, because if I can get through this, then I can do anything. There is no stopping me. I know God has put me through all of this because He has faith in me too. He believes I am strong and capable and I can do it. I won't let Him down and I will not let me down. I let go of this anger today and I will not let these evil monsters steal another day of my happiness and joy. Every day I let this ruin my life, the more horribly significant it becomes. So that is why I'm speaking today, to share my story so that others going through it know that they are not alone. I know this gives me strength and I hope this does for some young boy or girl out there. Because if I had someone who have talked to me about this while I was going through what I was, I most definitely would have come out sooner. I'm not ashamed of the assaults I endured. I do feel inspired to put a voice on sexual abuse to help young children. My message to every one of you today is, don't let someone else control what you become. You can decide, take every situation, and make it the best. Because if I can do it, you can too. Significant people in my life right now. You're who I can be open and honest with. I love you for all the things you do for me and the happiness that you bring into my life just by being there. I love you for always listening to me and helping me when things get too hard for me to deal with on my own. I wouldn't be up here speaking today if it wasn't for you helping me get this far. You have changed my life in so many positive ways. I look up to you and want to be just like you when I am older. I don't feel like I thank you enough for all that you have done for me and all the support you have given me. I truly don't know what I would do without you in my life. Thank you for all the smiles, long talks, and laughs. Thank you for being there no matter what time of day it is. Thanks for being true and just being you. Lastly, thanks for being here and never giving up on me. I love you very much.